This conference will now be recorded.
This is wonderful. So, ma'am has started recording. So, Abio, my dear friend, a years, many years old friend. So, Abio, can you please introduce yourself to all of us?
Okay,
So
my,
that
my name
everybody.
is my name is Abiodun, and I have CCIE in routing and switching as well as service provider. I work presently as an IP operation manager, and my area of interest has been the data center now, and I've been working with data center people as a network manager. But the most interesting part of it is that I'm not too conversant with all this UCS and form of ACI. But in terms of the Nexus routing, yes, I'm good about that. So I've attended the training one time, although I did not complete it. And each time I try to join the section when I see my boss online, I'm always eager to join because I know I stand to learn a lot of things. So when I saw the prompt today, even as I am, I have to pack and just give a little information about it because I cannot afford to miss it. I know it's going to entail a lot of things, and that's briefly what I can say. I hope I'm able to join fully and complete the section this time around, course. Thank you.
Wonderful, Abio. Thank you so very much for sharing your wonderful profile with all of us. Appreciate your dual certifications which you have done in CCI, routing and switching, and service provider. And extremely delighted to know that you are working as IT operation manager. And need not say, your interest in data center also excites me and all of us. I'm sure you are going to be a big learner in the data center technology field as well. Great. So,
Thank you, sir.
dear friend,
Thank you.
highly appreciated, Abio. And your name is so sweet, Abio June. It sounds like
Thank you, sir.
the name of a music. Beautiful. Okay, and please, guys, all of you, humble request, please get all your questions and answers, questions ready for me to address them. Here, I don't want to or don't intend to give you any demo. I don't want to say that this is this, this is this. This is not at all marketing, neither for CCI Data Center nor for myself. This is just intended to address your questions. Any questions, any blunt questions. If you want to testify my knowledge, please do raise blunt questions and you will get the honest answers. I am not from marketing team. I don't market any product. I just intend to deliver the technology. So please get your questions ready for me to address them. Okay, then we move over to Achu Anand. Hey Achu, welcome in the class. Please let us know about yourself, Achu. Nice. You need to mute yourself, Achu, in order to speak. Guys, the intention of this course is not to have the silent spectators or listeners, but the participants. I highly encourage you to participate, ask the questions, and that is the key to each and every technology session over here in stringnet.com. So we don't want just the listeners, we want the contributors. And that too, critics, contributors who are very critical to each and every word which are delivered to you guys. So Achu, please come over, my friend. Achu Anand. All right, we'll come back to you, Achu. Gautam Kilari, welcome in the class, my friend. Please introduce yourself and get your questions ready.
Hi.
Gautam Kilari.
Hi. Hello, sir.
Hello, Gautam.
Hello. Yeah. Thanks for giving this opportunity to introduce myself. Okay. I'm Gautam Khilare. Currently, I'm working for IT infrastructure field. Okay. Just I seen that link and join on this webinar data center version 3.0. Hello,
Hmm.
are you listening me?
Yeah, yes. Gautam, listening, definitely. Please carry on, my friend.
Yeah. So my question is that okay, here they have mentioned like version 3.0.
That's right.
So I'm little bit confused about it. What this new opportunity in the new technology in the data center?
Well, very good question. So, guys, let's start addressing the questions. The very first question from Gautam Khilare. And the question is about the data center version which we are presenting over here. And the question is, what do we have? What new do we have in this? All right, here we go. But before about version 3.0, let me tell you what different versions have been introduced. CCIE data center, well, it started way back in the year 2013 with version 1.0. I think I should change my slide for writing purpose. All right. CCIE data
Okay.
center started from version 1.0 way back in the year 2013. This means it has not yet completed a decade of its inception into the industry. Now, what were the topics over there? There were certain topics. Couple of topics got removed when it comes to version 2.0. I'm just giving you the evolution of versions, version 2.1 and version 3.0. If you are aware of version 1.0, right, I believe you are aware of. Then certain topics got removed from version 2.0, and that was called fabric path. It got removed. So version 1.0 was with fabric path, but version 2.0 got introduced without fabric path. But the major inclusion which happened in this version was the application centric infrastructure plus the network automation using Python as our scripting language. When it comes to version 2.1, which was not a major release, but a minor release, in version 2.1, Cisco officially removed fabric path. When I said officially, this means that in the questions in the lab, fabric path was not asked, but Cisco officially said goodbye to fabric path. You are no longer required. Rest components remain the same. Dear friends, there is some background noise from someone. In case if you are not talking or don't intend to ask, wonderful. Without asking me, you guys have gone to mute. I appreciate your hygienic nature. The hygiene says when someone is talking, yes, others should listen. So now, your question, what unique is there in version 3.0? Guys, in version 3.0, besides having everything, the fabric path, there got Cisco officially removed one topic called overlay transport virtualization. Got officially removed. It was Cisco's overlay technology. Instead of this, Cisco in version 2.0, wherein Cisco introduced VXLAN, Cisco in 2.1 introduced VXLAN plus MPBGP deployment mode, carried on VXLAN MPBGP not only for intra DC overlay, but also between the two data centers, that is called inter DC overlay. In version 3.0, the component which was not emphasized in 2.1 called HCI hyper-converged infrastructure got its influence in version 3.0 called hyperflex. The Cisco's terminology for hyper-converged infrastructure technology is known as hyperflex. So this technology has gained the momentum over here in version 3.0. Besides this, tremendous enhancements being made in ACI in version 3.0 by including multi-pod, multi-site, and micro segmentation. Besides this, when it comes to network automation, an emphasis is given not only to Python but also to Ansible as a scripting language. And definitely, when you are including so much, you have to delete something, and that is from version 1.0, the Nexus hardware, Nexus NXOS VDC technology explanation and implementation, etc., got officially removed because Cisco had to give more emphasis on advanced technologies. These are the basics. But you know what? We in our course by stringnetsolutions.com has not removed these because these are the basics, as our course is a 0 to 0 course. Anything which makes your foundation strong should not at all be removed. So we do cover this as against Cisco's version 3.0 blueprint, which says no need to go for these. Okay. Sorry, Gautam, this is just a brief of your question. Make sense?
Yeah, thanks.
You are welcome. And thank you so very much for asking the question, guys. You know what? I do have answer to all these questions if I start presenting to you, but I still want you guys to ask the question and appreciate the presence of each and every wonderful friend of mine. So let me randomly pick up, right, the names. There is one of my wonderful friend by the name of UVM. So dear UVM, could you please tell us about the actual name instead of an abbreviated name, and introduce yourself, ask question of your choice.
Yeah, hello. Myself, my name is Unni Mohan. So I'm from Trivandrum. So I'm a network aspirant. I'm a network student. I've worked for 7 years in network industry. So I'm trying to learn new things and to augment my career to a better level. So I found this introduction class very useful. So I took part of it. So I'm just going through. I have just now entered the room, so I'm listening to the class right now. So
Wow, wonderful! Extremely delighted to have you over here, Unni. So, do you have any
thank you.
question with regards to this CCIE data center certification and training?
Right. My question is like it's a very like right now I haven't gone through any basic courses of data center as for this, but I have completed my CCNP routing switching, and so I've been doing my routing switching CCIE tracks. So why I intend to go to the data center is because I have a small, and a short-term tenure with Cisco UCS. So which made me think to like to go to any kind of specialization other than routing switching to go to data center. So that's why I prefer data center, but I don't have any prior certifications or not any don't have any prior knowledge of the data center. Bits and bytes, I can say just bits and bytes of all those things, so including ACI. So how will I fit into the CCIE data center learning?
Okay. Wonderful. So first of all, which makes me very clear about where do you stand right now is your knowledge about Cisco UCS. You said you had a small tenure with Cisco, and you know about Cisco UCS. You had a small little glimpse of Cisco ACI,
Right.
and some other data center technologies. So your question is, why should I go for CCIE data center?
That's right. Yes.
The reason why one should go for CCIE data center, specifically when one is already done with R&S. First of all, I would like to say that a knowledge of CCNA or CCNP level knowledge of routing and switching is the prerequisite for learning the data center, say CCIE data center technologies. And when I say CCIE data center technologies, this means it is a sum total of many components. At a high level, the very first component is nothing but understanding what is Nexus, in which one needs to know what different Nexus devices are there. One needs to know the Nexus operating system. One needs to know what is the meaning of virtual device context. One needs to know what is the meaning of virtual port channel, and to close this with a highly advanced overlay technology called VXLAN, very much in demand. Having this is called an industry standard technology. So this is the one thing which gives you an understanding of the devices which we do use in data center, of course, by Cisco, and of course, the technologies available in those devices. Besides this, one should know how this software-defined networking along with network virtualization works in today's world, and this is provided with the help of Cisco's technology called application-centric infrastructure.
Right.
One in data center should know how this storage area networking also works. One should also know the compute world, which you have already seen as Cisco Unified Computing System.
Right.
Once this is done in today's world, there is something called hyper-converged infrastructure. And this is Cisco's technology called HyperFlex, which is nothing but a collaboration of LAN, local area network, the UCS, and the storage area network.
Okay.
And in order to manage everything in today's world, there is a automation going on, and we need to know how to automate our configuration automation using the scripting knowledges of Python, Ansible, Postman, etc. So this gives us a handsome understanding of various technologies, and definitely the prerequisite is routing and switching. This gives you an understanding. Say when it comes to ACI will give you a very first level understanding to learn the industry's most lavish certification called AWS, Amazon Web Services certification. Because over here we do cover something called network virtualization.
Okay.
Because we do understand in this, a glimpse of. Once you are comfortable with ACI, with VMware's technology called NSX, you will be comfortable with.
Okay.
Amazon's technology called AWS, you will be comfortable with. Microsoft technology called Azure, you will be comfortable with. Or in nutshell, you will get to understand the cloud infrastructure. What is this public cloud? What is the private cloud and all? Right? So that is the purpose of this particular course.
Fine.
Of CCIE data center.
Right.
I hope.
Right. Yep.
I have
Thank you,
addressed.
Sir.
Yep. Well, great, good. Uni, as always, I'm delighted to address all the questions, and the holistic is to address all your questions. And you know what? I have
just
found
one more question. Like it's a very I don't think it's a very logical question, but still, I understand that as you say, we have around this 6 different technologies, including the UCS is there, to get a better understanding of how the data center works and how the cloud infrastructure works. So can you give me a time, like how a brief duration of how much time will take it to complete all these things? Like apart from the network automation, if I take the 5 topics from Nexus to the HCI, how long I have to get it, at least cover an overview of all this from 1 to 5?
Oh, well, a very logical question and highly demanding question. You know what? Because of the inclusion of the latest technologies, first of all, let me tell you that the entire duration is not driven by me. The entire duration, how long this, but completion of this course depends upon you guys.
Right.
What does it mean? This means, as always, I highly encourage you to ask the question, to interrupt me, disturb me, ask any question, any moment during my class. So, in case if you guys are not comfortable in terms of understanding at the specific moment, you will interrupt me and ask the question in between during the class. Officially saying, the entire course takes 3 months of duration.
Okay.
Depending on as you understand. If you don't understand, you can stop me, you can pause me, you can ask me the question in between. And but from my experience, it takes approximately 15 more additional days, 15 more days or 2 weeks. So it takes 3.5 months to complete this entire course.
All right.
Out of which 1 month is dedicated on this particular topic only, called application-centric infrastructure.
Okay.
This application-centric infrastructure is indeed a purely a 0 to hero course, wherein we do cover each and every aspect of implementation aspect, not the operations and management aspect. Right? Operations and management aspect requires troubleshooting and all other things. So I'm sorry, this is not a part of CCIE data center curriculum also. So this is a 0 to hero course in terms of implementing ACI.
Okay.
Wherein we do cover all the implementation scenarios. So you can say 3.5 months.
Yeah, all right.
Short
All right,
answer
sir.
to your beautiful question.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Okay. Please.
Okay.
And your name is?
I'm Danish.
Danish. Danish.
Yeah.
Please go ahead, my friend. Your question, please.
Yeah. So the theory part of this is called DC core. So will you be covering those syllabus as well, or if we attend this session and study the theory part of whatever you're teaching, so you think we'll be able to appear for the theory exam as well?
Yeah, absolutely. This particular course called CCIE Data Center version 3.0, this is not only the theory, but this is also a hands-on. Theory and the labs, they will go hand in hand to each other. Before covering any lab demonstration, lab presentation, there will be a theory which will be explained to you guys. For example, if we take ACI, 3 to 4 days we will be spending just on understanding the ACI. What is ACI? Its topology, its protocols, how the protocols they work, how the cluster, the fabric gets created, and then we start our labs. Before doing any lab, we understand the connectivity, the how the connectivity, physical and logical connectivity is there, how the devices are connected, how the traffic flow is there, what is to be achieved in this particular individual lab, and then we start our hands-on lab. So it is theory plus practical, both will go hand in hand with each other.
Okay, so DC core, that exam particular topics will be covered. Is that what I can think?
That's why. Yes, and that's why I call it 0 to hero course. Everything. You call it DC core, you call it DC ACI. There is another course by Cisco. You call it DC UCS, right? So all those components, all those courses are covered. So just by doing this, you know what? Probably you will be covering 6 to 7 certifications in a single shot.
Okay.
Cisco has broken the CCIE into 6 to 7 or probably 8 to 10 certifications. Just by doing this for one particular certification, you will be able to cover 8 to 10 certifications for data center.
Okay. Thank you. Just one more question from my side.
Yeah, sure.
Can I go?
Sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, please,
for the
Danish.
lab part, what is the is the Cisco that VARL or anything will be able to cover the lab? I mean, I'm talking about the practice labs.
Wonderful, beautiful question. I was expecting this question. Guys, to be honest, I don't have any hardware lab because it needs approximately how many million? 20 million of investment. So don't have. In fact, I don't know anybody in the industry who has a full-fledged lab with him. So, but thank you so very much to Cisco. Cisco has provided us a lab under a banner called Cisco D Cloud. In Cisco D Cloud, almost all the labs you just name for data center, they are available for the practice purpose. And the beauty of Cisco D Cloud is, all right, let me speak less. Let me show you more. I'm just going to open Cisco D Cloud. I'm logging in. Guys, just like myself, I have access to D Cloud. Probably most of you should also have access to Cisco D Cloud.
Do you need to be a partner or is it open for all?
Well, yes, you need to be the partner having L3 level access and this restriction is starting from 2020, the moment COVID and work from home pattern started. Prior to that, even L1, L2 users, they had all the access rights to practice on Cisco D Cloud. But nevertheless, if you don't have L3 level access to it, you can ask any one of your friends who has L3 level access to book and share the lab with you. I will show you that as well. So one thing is you need to log in, and then the data centers are available across the globe in 4 different geographical regions. Singapore for APJ, RTP, US East, London, EMEA, and San Jose in US West Coast. So 4 different data centers globally labs are available. Now, asking on addressing your question, for example, if you see the lab on Cisco ACI getting started with Cisco ACI version 4.2, this lab is already shared, right, with one of the aspirant who wanted to practice this particular lab. So you can take a look. This lab is shared with one of the aspirant and he is doing it. The labs are definitely available, shareable for as long as you want, starting from 19th October till 24th of October. That is tomorrow, 15 hours lab is available. So what I'm trying to tell you is the labs are available. Let me write it. 24/7, 365 days in a year, or as long as you want to practice. In case, again, you don't have access to book the lab, you can ask any one of your friends to book. You just need to share your Cisco user ID, so he will be able to share the lab and you can practice the lab. The lab gives you a workbook over here, but Stringznet Solutions has converted, simplified the workbook in a more pictorial form. Once you will join, you will get access to those workbooks, the PDF, the videos, blah, 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 in your accounts, which you can access, you can download as well. Make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Right. And since you asked me, let me show you one more thing. If you see the ACI version 4.2, right? Once again, I would like to thanks to our dear friend Cisco and the entire Cisco D Cloud team for giving us a privilege to work in the latest version of our Epic controller, that is version 5.2. So I would like to show you that particular version as well. So if you see over here in the London data center, getting started with Cisco ACI 5.2. You know what does this mean? This means the latest version of ACI starting from, it was introduced well in this year, 20th, last month only, 20th September. That version is also available. You just name the lab and the lab is available over here. You talk about the advanced technologies like hyperconverged infrastructure. Yes, you can practice the lab of hyperconverged infrastructure also over here. All right, I'll let you guys to ask more questions so that I can give you. So Danish, any other question?
Not now.
No? All right.
No. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Danish, for asking it. And well, guys, voluntarily you can come forward, ask your doubts, questions. This is not a demo session. This is our CCI Data Center version 3.0 question and answer session.
It's Uni here, sir. Sir,
Yes.
I have a question. Like, since it's going through the lab, I have a simulator with me, like it's for the UCS, for the Cisco UCS, and as you said, like you take us to that window, like where you have access to the version 5, but as you said, I don't have access to the version 4. I downloaded a older version, like I think it is ACI 2 or something, which I have downloaded, but I didn't install it in my PC because of some hardware issues. But can I use that with my UCS simulator? I have an UCS simulator with me. Yeah, the same thing, the UCSP.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, why I'm asking is because I have heard that the Cisco UCS, I have worked with the UCS B series. So for the C series, I believe it is C series that it is used as the used with the ACI. If I'm saying it correctly, I'm not sure how it is. Like UCS, it's a blade server, so one of the blade is using this ACI controller. So I mean, that is where they physically implement this ACI controller. So can I use this UCS platform along with the ACI simulator which I have? Is it
Okay.
possible to club, or like I am not sure if it is going to work like that?
All right. Okay. Let me tell you. And the straightforward answer is no. If you have
Mm-hmm.
UCS platform emulator, I have not seen, even I have used it, I have not seen anywhere a collaboration happening between the UCS platform emulator with ACI.
ACI. Okay.
Now,
Okay.
then you asked about the C series. And then you said
Hmm.
you have heard that C series is there in ACI. You are right.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
In ACI, I will give you two different kind of uh, topologies. In one topology, there will be UCS B series that will be connected to our ACI leaf switches,
Okay.
right? And there will be another topology wherein UCS C series will be connected to our Cisco ACI leaf switches. As
Okay.
you know very well, Cisco UCS B series apparently requires fabric interconnect,
Right.
right?
Right.
Without which cannot be connected to any other device. So yes,
Exactly.
we do have fabric interconnects there as well. So I will explain you that particular topology first before telling you. But
Right.
now
Right.
coming over to the UCS C series or B series with regards to ACI. Well, it is not a controller, the ACI controller, which runs on Cisco B series or C series. For that, of course, we do have a separate server, and that is
Server.
the base of which is Cisco UCS C series server, which is configured specifically for the purpose of Epic controller. Okay, now
Epic.
your
Right.
B
Right.
series
Sorry.
or
Yeah.
called Epic controller, your B series or C series servers are used for the purpose of installing hypervisor on top of them, and then the virtual machines on top of them.
Right. Right.
The lab which we will provide to you, in that particular lab, there will be a UCS C series server. Hypervisors will be installed on top of it. The virtual machines will also be built on top of it. Our job will be to perform a networking in between those virtual machines which are installed on top of our Cisco UCS B series or C series servers.
Yeah. Got it, sir.
Hmm?
Yeah. Right.
Does it give you a fair idea, Uni?
Yes, I got it. I got it, sir.
Okay. Once we'll
Thank you.
come across those technologies there, definitely I'll show you. I'll cover from the scratch everything.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Uni, for asking the question. And
Yeah, thank you,
one
sir.
of my friend has dropped. He was one of my old friend. I know the question he wanted to ask, but has dropped. Nevertheless, I'll see in case if someone of you ask the question. Okay. Then I can see Siddhant Sabarwal. Hey, Siddhant. Good afternoon. Or anybody, ask the questions. Siddhant, do you have any question? Okay, no problem. We'll come back to you. I can see Joseph Raju. Your full name is Joseph Raju Chiran. Is it Chiranjit? Chiranvi. Okay. So,
Hi,
Raju, do
it's
you?
Chiran, CHWRAN, Chiran.
Yeah. Hi, Chiran. How do you do, my friend? Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Bangalore.
Oh, you're from Bangalore. Wonderful. Which part of Bangalore you are putting on? You are staying in which part of Bangalore?
Towards Sajapur, Sajapur Road.
Oh, yeah. I'm also staying on the Sarjapur Road. Where in Sarjapur Road?
Okay, Silverwood Regency.
Come on, don't tell me that you are staying in my apartment.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it is. So, what is your door number?
Okay.
Which block? And
It's
don't tell me you are
S110.
in S1 block.
S1 block, yeah.
S1 block. Come on,
S1.
Joseph. What is it?
S1104.
You are S1
Don't tell me
104.
you're in
Come
105.
on. No. I'm on the fifth floor, 503. Definitely will
Oh,
meet you,
cool.
Joseph. Nice to have you.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Great. This is called the world is very much round. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
This is
definitely meet you.
big coincidence. Yeah.
We'll definitely meet you,
Sir.
Chiran.
Sir, this is Gautam. This means
Yes, Gautam.
today evening you both have to take a tea.
But I really didn't know. Chiran, right now I'm in my native Delhi, so once I'll come back to Bangalore, we'll
Okay.
definitely meet you.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, your question, please.
Well,
any question you have?
actually, I have been in networking from quite some time. I think I'm becoming older now. So
Okay.
I am a network design engineer with one of the aviation majors. So I was having a lot of workloads, and right now I thought I'll just update myself on the latest DC technologies. The fact is that I have attempted CCIE DC twice and CCIE R&S once, but I have failed due to various reasons because I was always trying to go with, straightforward, understanding the technology and trying to be in the industry. That's very difficult, So I thought,
did you follow
all my certificates. Yeah.
Did you follow a shortcut method of getting a
No, that's what I didn't do. I think I might look like a fool, but still, my mind doesn't allow that because I need to understand the technology first. So then there came a break because of the workload and stuff. So now I thought I'll just pursue the certification again because a lot of projects are dependent on the data center now. So that's the current scenario. So I was looking for a lot of options, like right? Yeah. So looking for different options in the training, like or international as well as local. So I just thought I'll just check on you because I keep seeing this on my LinkedIn. So I think I attended your last ACI session also, but my major issue is timings because of Monday to Friday and weekends. So I need to schedule. So one thing I wanted to ask is about the timings and the duration, because that's it. I think it's taking a long time.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So timing for the batch is going to be Monday to Friday, 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. as I am also working professional just like you. I cannot teach during my working hours. So currently, this is the time which I have, 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. So hope this will be fine with you. And the duration, as I said, will be 3 months official, but it can go up to 3.5 to 4 months based on how you want me to go fast or slow.
Okay.
Right?
Thanks. Yeah.
Sheeran? Yeah. So does
Yes.
this
Yes.
time
Yeah. Thank
suit
you.
you, fit to your availability? So are you comfortable?
Yeah. I have to plan it. Plan it. Some days will be an issue, I think, because the US calls will be towards that time, right? So some days may be an issue, but I'll plan it out.
Okay. And then no worries. I do have so many questions to you, which are very much personal to that of your studies. And whatever, as you said, wherever you failed, I just want to say that was not the failure, that was a learning. And we learn, those who fail more, they are more learned people than those people who pass on very first attempt in any of CCIE. Everybody knows that there are various shortcut methods, and people, they do follow the shortcut methods, which are not the method which we are following over here. And I personally don't encourage. I myself have failed many times and have learned much more than I would have by passing. So no worries. It's always good to fail. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm getting delighted, to see wonderful people over here, and M Rakesh, who has joined us from mobile. So M Rakesh, would you like to introduce yourself and ask questions to get your doubts clarified? Any question? I do have presentation of each and every topic. Yeah, Rakesh, you have unmuted yourself. Go ahead, my friend.
Yes, good evening. I'm Rakesh. I'm working in Infosys. I'm recently joined in Infosys company as a senior system engineer. I'm interested to learn networking and cloud computing also. Like I don't have much knowledge on CCNP level and CCIE. I'm just appeared for CCNA and I cleared that certification. And apart from that, I'm interested to learn, like explore my skill set in cloud computing, SD-WAN, and firewall. Like I did my certification, like NSC free certification in network security is expert 40net 1, 2, and 3. Like I want to learn myself, like I want to appear like CCNP and CCIE also. That's it about me.
Okay. I do understand that you have network firewall knowledge. You do have routing and switching knowledge, and just want to say that this qualifies you to join this CCIE Data Center 020 course.
Okay.
So, yep. So, any specific question you have, Rakesh, to me, to us, that you would like to get addressed?
Like I told you earlier, like I don't have like knowledge on CCIE level. Like
Okay, that's not a problem, Rakesh. This course, as I said once again, 020 course, I have specified all the technologies to be covered. Mentioned the technologies over here, and all these technologies are very, very much important in terms of understanding the data center, etc. Data center, the network virtualization, the compute, the storage, the hyperconverged, and automation. So this is what is going to be covered
I
in
have
our
data
entire
center.
course. Yes, please.
Like I have data center environment. I have worked for some of projects in data center environment. I have managed like data center environment. I have worked, but I want to know like Nexus switches. Like it is uh, for we are taking for the data center environment only. We used to take that Nexus switches, especially for the DC environment. Can you explain about that Nexus switches like 9000 series model something?
Absolutely. That's what, thank you so much, Rakesh, for asking this question. And that's what is included in our course. The very first module of our CCI data center, module number 1, talks about Nexus hardware. In this particular Nexus hardware, we do cover our switches starting from Nexus 9000, Nexus 7000. We talk about Nexus 5000. We talk about Nexus 2K, and we not only talk about the switches, but we talk about their internal components. We talk about the fabric modules. We talk about the line cards. We talk about the supervisor engine. We talk about what these Nexus 5K switches, how they are different from Nexus 9K, 7K, what unique component is there, uniqueness is there when it comes to Nexus 7K, what uniqueness is there when it comes to Nexus 9K. We talk about the chassis, right? How the chassis look like and how these Nexus switches are different from that of our conventional CAT OS or Cisco iOS based switches, right? So all these are getting covered over here. And in Nexus 9000, there is something called system controller. We also talk about what is system controller and what is the function of system controller. So not only this, I will provide you an access to online as well as a downloadable application which you can navigate, browse to look at inside of the switches, not only the switches, the UCS servers as well. And so many other things are there. So that we do cover in our very first day 1 class. If you are interested, you can join our day 1 class wherein the detailed introduction of Nexus switches will be provided to you. And then it is NXOS. NXOS, then BBC, multicast, VXLAN, guys. So that I will cover in my day 1 class. Rakesh. Does it answer your question, Rakesh?
Yes, please.
Guys,
Hello.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, guys, officially we are left with 5 minutes. After that, will not force you to stay over here, but definitely open to your questions. Doesn't mean that our this window will get closed after 5 minutes. So please ask questions of your choice. One question I'm expecting from everyone.
Vinay.
Hey, Vinay.
Hi. I just want to know about the lab. Is it anytime accessible or any particular time?
Okay, as I said, probably you joined a little late. I was showing that the lab is our Cisco D Cloud, right? And this is available across 4 different data centers. The labs are available 24/7, 365 days in a year, and as long as you want. If you do have access to Cisco D Cloud, I mean to say layer 3 L3 level access, you can book the lab from the catalog available. In the catalog, there are various labs available. So the labs you can book. If you don't have L3 level access, then any friend of yours, including me, you can request him to book the lab. And just by sharing your Cisco user ID, for example, if you can share your Cisco user ID, I can give you a demonstration that the lab can be immediately assigned to you, can be shared with you. A mail will be generated to you, and on the specific time, you can log in and start practicing on the lab. Do you have your Cisco user ID ready in hand so that I can show you how the lab can be provided to you? No? Okay, let me show. I have a friend whose user ID is most pleasing, and his name is Nishan Thakkar. So this is most pleasing is a user ID. Just by clicking this, specifying that I'm getting sharing this lab with him, specify company name, potential deal value, and click update. The lab will be assigned to him. This is the way how anyone who has L3 level access can assign the lab to you, depending upon how long you want to practice holistically.
Oh.
Right, Vinay?
Yes, understood.
And once again, the labs are available 24/7, 365 days in a year. Okay. Question. Siddhant, you have not asked even a single question, my friend. You are sitting very much in silent. Richard, any question from your side, my friend?
No, actually, it's very detailed the way you explained it, and I definitely see the benefit, at least from my perspective, how this can help me because I've been working as a network engineer. Lately, I'm a solutions architect, an enterprise, but now my lead told me, hey, you need to focus on data center, and this will definitely help me get a good grounding and be able to contribute to the team at a high level. So yeah, this is exactly the products that the company is selling as well. So this is perfect. No questions.
Thank you so much, Richard. And I assure you, yes, it will absolutely be a detailed course fulfilling all your expectations. Right. All right. So guys, you know what? Let me be a little honest with you, since people are asking the question about the lab. Though yes, the labs are 24/7, 365 days in a year available. But with regards to just a second, someone is calling. Who is this? I'll give him a call back again. Okay. The challenge is with regards to ACI, only with regards to ACI, not with regards to Nexus, VPC, VXLAN, etc. ACI is providing us only the management plane. So anything, any activity which is possible with the help of management plane, right? That is there. In ACI, dCloud is not providing us a data plane communication, which means with regards to most of the labs, you will not be able to do end-to-end point connectivity test, reachability. But although nevertheless, we are smart guys, we have found a workaround for this. So I will show you in detail in ACI that how you can find a workaround to make sure that two different virtual machines can also talk to each other. That is a ping reachability between the two machines. Well, you know, when there are certain bottlenecks or barriers, we always try to find some workarounds. And the barrier in ACI with regards to data plane communication has empowered us to find where the data plane works and why data plane is not working over here. And that very understanding, which will be covered in this particular course, will help you to understand the actual cohesiveness between the logical and the physical setup in ACI. I know I have not started ACI, so it may be a very high level explanation to you. All right, so back to you again, Siddhant. Didn't hear anything from you. Any question, Siddhant? Sabharwal? Well, I think almost everyone has asked a question. Okay, Vidyut. Okay. Vidyut, do one thing. You have pinged me a couple of questions. Please connect with me on LinkedIn, and you can share your CV with me. I will try to help you as much as possible. All right. Any other question, guys? No questions? All right. Then please accept my gratitude of attending this particular session, specifically on this weekend. I have taken 1 hour from your weekend. If that disturbed you, my sincere apologies. I hope to get you people, hope to see you people on Monday. As I said earlier, answer to one of the questions, our batch will start from Monday, 5:30 a.m. till 7 a.m. in the morning. This is a new batch. The technologies to be covered in this batch already explained you. The duration of the batch already explained you. Anything related to commercial, our team will reach on to you and you can discuss your commercials over there. All right. Then thank you once again and wish you a very great weekend. Enjoy it, rejuvenate yourself. Weekends are very much precious to all of us. Bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.